Good morning, Tommy Grisafi, ATI ProMedia, coming to you live from Bloomington, Illinois, Advanced Trading Corporate Headquarters. Got some bad news overseas, not good headlines at all. Looks like Iranian militia, they threw up a drone. We have a base in Jordan, 3 dead, maybe 25, 30 injured. Not good, folks. That was not never a good day when we even lose one life. That is one too many. We have a lot of things happening on the financial world. We have to keep telling you the facts, and we have a ton of financial information this week. We have 5 of the big 7. You hear us talk about the big 7. 5 of the big 7 companies report this week, and their value is over $10 trillion. So 5 major companies reporting this week: Amazon, Google, etc. We'll talk about those. What's it have to do with the farmer rancher? It's financial. I mean, people are putting their money in those stocks instead of doing commodities. We also have a Fed meeting. They'll meet Tuesday. They'll make their decision Wednesday. Folks are saying maybe no big deal. We'll see. We also have unemployment on Friday. So we come in overnight news, this drone. Now we do economic data, and you look over at the board, and you got the sad trombone going. You got corn down 6.5. That's in the front month. You got back month corn down, beans down 8, wheat's a small train wreck. Wheat down front month, wheat down 9, Casey down 14. Even hogs, cattle, everything else pretty much down. Markets that are up, gold. I'm surprised, and the markets are surprised that crude oil is not up, but there's it's a market, things trade. So I got someone real special I want to bring in the show here. I'll show you a little headline of who he is, and then we're going to get started.
Connor Bridgman, Assumption, Illinois, contributor, ATI ProMedia.
Might as well embarrass you on a Monday. Happy Monday, Connor. You are
standing at 6 foot, Connor.
Yeah. Well, who are you playing for? The Lions or who? What team? What did we learn about the Lions game yesterday?
Oh man, don't be afraid to kick the field goal, Dan, and maybe don't celebrate when you're up too. Whoever that guy was waving goodbye to the fans.
Yeah. So when you're at San Francisco and you wave to the fans goodbye, and then you have to walk off knowing you were this far from going to the Super Bowl. Anyway, we want to bring farmers and ranchers to Super Bowl. You have any ideas how we're going to do that? The Super Bowl of profitability. And that could be the most overused word in agriculture. You're going to hear the word profit brought up all winter season meeting, and I call BS on that one because there's nothing that I see that shows massive profitability. All right, now that we got that out of the way, it's all you.
Yeah. Let's jump right in the headlines, Tommy. First one, you touched on it quite a bit, but U.S. blames Iranian-backed militia for drone strikes in Jordan, right? We were hoping we could make that Red Sea, get that open. It is not happening yet. We are seeing escalation right now. So
yeah, it's just horrible. I literally, when these things happen, I have to pull up a map, look, where's Jordan, where's this, where's that. I'm sorry, I don't have it all memorized, and it's changing at the speed of light. Heard about more boats going around the long way. Of course, right? I mean, it became even more. There was some rhetoric. We didn't put it on the popping headlines, but we had some rhetoric out of Trump saying, you know what, we're going to go right after China on day one. I don't think our grains are responding well to that. What do you think, Connor?
No, we're down. I mean, we've got March beans breaking below $12, sitting $11.95, $4.40 March corn. Not good. The big, I don't know if it's the big headline, but the one that really caught my eye was this Evergrande situation. Tommy, I'm going to need to add some color on it because this was kind of, I just read it, I think 20 minutes before, but set for liquidation as China property crisis drags on. So this is is this the biggest real estate company in China, or one of the biggest, I believe?
Yeah,
is that correct?
definitely. They were in the headlines a long time ago. 6 months ago, major headline moved the markets. 3 months ago, every time they make the headlines, as their stock goes to zero, it becomes less thing. I guess, is there contagion? What's it mean for American real estate? They're looking at a forced liquidation, 300, count them on your finger, 300 billion, or what would that be? 1/3 of $1 trillion, and we're talking big numbers, right? Telling them shut her down. What's the moral of the story? Don't build fake cities. All right, if you're out there, don't build fake cities for the Olympics or everything else, and then not have people in them. Not to mention, don't shut down for 2 years. And the Chinese economy is in an absolute tailspin, whereas our markets are at all-time highs. Theirs are going nowhere. I think this one Chinese markets went up like 7% in the last 2-3 years, and our markets have doubled. So they got problems over there, Connor, and that will affect American agriculture.
Absolutely. Let me see if I'm keeping track. So we've got they're telling Chinese hog producers to quit raising hogs. They got one of their biggest hedge funds saying stop short selling, and then they got one of the biggest real estate companies is going under. So not a whole lot of positive news there out of
Now
China.
we need a Chinese bingo card. Get them out. We got a couple of the squares filled up. What else do we have, brother? Let's get to some charts you have. I have
Yep.
some live charts. We got to talk some other business, and we'll get on with our day.
Yep, let's do commitment on trader. Only other thing, Tommy, we'll talk about it a lot, but we do have a Fed meeting. I think we'll have some color on that Wednesday. But Friday, we had commitment on traders. They didn't tell us anything super new, but just looking at it, corn, we're still at shorts. They slightly added to it. As you can see, that black line, we are still a record short for the past 5 years at this time, getting very close to record short for any time period outside of 2019 and 2020 in April, May, but still very short on corn. Soybeans, much the same. We're getting close to a record short for this time frame on soybeans, right? If you remember in November, that's when we saw $14 beans. Then what happened? It started raining in South America, and we've seen the funds react accordingly. So the big one that I think is soy meal. Tommy, look at this sell-off we've seen in that long position. And so just to add some color of it, I saw on Reuters, they said in the past 8 weeks, the funds were net sellers of 155,000 meal contracts. Previous record before that was 100,000 8-week slide. So we are seeing a historic sell-off in soy meal, getting them from close to a record long position. Now we're short and continuing to add to that.
I don't think you could ski down that hill. That looks like something you'd have to jump off and parachute. Look at that. And we were long before that. So they built up a really handsome long. They went from long to short. That's unbelievable there, Connor.
Yeah.
That
Oh, go ahead. I was just going to say, just looking at fund positions, sometimes we talk, in farming, in marketing, we talk seasonality. And right now, the big topic is when are the funds going to cover those shorts? And I just want to say, when I look at corn, when I look at soybeans, looking at previous years, there's no seasonality or anything to it, right, Tommy? There's no correlation year on year is when I look at that. That's what jumps out at me every time I look at those.
Yeah, we have crop insurance level coming up. Today is the 29th of January. February will be establishing crop insurance. I think you have a little bit about that moving along here.
Yep. Only other thing I had is if we aggregated all managed money and all grains, we are at a short position, and we have been for most of the last half of 23 and into 24. So interesting to see all grains, right? The funds are short grains. But other thing you have, go ahead, Tommy. Go ahead.
Well, those on this chart right here, Connor, those go back to the next one.
Right here?
Yeah, that right there. Yeah, see those blue lines? I mean, those were not good times in ag, the bottom part of the blue line, 16, 17, 18, 19. And yeah, and then what's the top part? Our yield, right? Yield versus price.
Yeah, so we're
It's
just
kind of
looking
a weird
yield versus
looking
price.
chart. When you first look at it, you're like, what am I looking at, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I had to study for a minute or two. But the red is going to be what our national yield was, and then related to what that crop insurance price was. So as you can see, coming out of 2012, where we had higher, nice Fed guarantees, we bottomed out very quickly. We're in that depressed time frame, right? If we could sell $4 corn, we felt great about it from 16 to 19 to really going in the first half of 2020, and then we were rallied significantly, had close to 591, 592 crop insurance guarantees. As we sit today, right, D's corn's at 473, looking like that chart's going to be dropping. Maybe we can ski off it. I hope it doesn't get more gradual than that. But yeah, so that's the market we're looking at. Continue to watch that as we price the crop insurance average.
And we have that same chart for beans too. I don't know if we put it up, but moving forward, you want to deep dive into a couple charts real quick? I will. Yeah, Joe, go ahead and add that up. My charts, add that to stage. Here we have D's 24 corn. I drew that line a few minutes before we started. We already went through it, but we are at a level that is not making anyone excited, 473. But these are the prices we get to deal with this year. We used to draw support over and over and over back here, and we're like, yeah, we better hold that 5. We better hold that 5. And when a market spins sideways forever, we tend to break out one way or the other. Of course, farmers and everyone was hoping we'd spin out to the upside. We broke out to the downside. The funds are adding to that short, throwing all the problems going on with the world. that's that. On a bright note, I do have some optimism. The Mississippi River is filling back up with some of these rains, snows, whatever. A lot of moisture in the central part of the Midwest. Let's hop to a bean chart real quick. No beans. I'll let you talk about this, Connor.
Yeah, beans. So a little bit different than that D's 24 quart. And then we can look back this summer that we closed below, right? Where did we bottom out there, Tommy? 1120.
Yeah.
Back this summer on Nova beans. So looking right now, we're sitting 11.95. I would like us to bounce. It'd be nice to hold some 12, in that $12 range. But a similar story where we were talking, the $13 mark, felt that was kind of the high water mark, and then we've had that sell off for the past, what was that? It's probably 60 days. We've seen this just continue to drop.
Yeah, and depending on what spin you had, I will tell you this: the end users now know the farmer has corn, old crop, and so they're being very gentle. They put out, if they need corn, they make their bid 5-10 cents better. But your opportunity may come in the cash market, not necessarily in the future. So that's today. Things change. We know all that. Do we have anything else, Connor B?
That's all I got. Unless you
All
got
right.
something else. No,
Oh.
we don't have any comments this Monday. Everyone's taking it easy.
Yeah, well, real quick, we probably won't get to them today. We didn't have any, but you're always all welcome to ask us comments. Then we'll pop up that slide how people get a hold of us right there. We are on YouTube. Click the link, like, subscribe. We go live every day at 9. We are on Apple Podcast on the vocal version and Spotify. Again, always enjoy doing this, and we welcome questions. If you wanted to see a particular slide, give us a call 1-855-737-FARM or email us info@ATI ProMedia. With that, buddy, I think my wife wants to say something.
Have a good one.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.